Because we got the giggles. All right. That's a good way to start off laughing, right?
It's always nervous when you start off the show. Welcome, guys. This is season 3 of Sexy and Savage. We was gone for a minute. Now we back. I have an all new host.
Good energy.
Good vibes only with Sarah Marie.
Hey guys.
Introduce yourself to the people.
So, I'm just a breath of fresh air. No. Hi guys. I'm Sarah Marie. I am really not out there in the scene, I guess. I'm more like kept to myself, I would say. So when she asked me to be a part of this was like, yes, this is my thing. I'm super uncut. I'm raw. I think, like we said, I say anything that the next person's kind of scared to say. Before anything.
Mom first.
I don't know. It's kind of like hard to explain. Y'all will get the understanding.
You'll get to know
as
it goes along.
Yes.
So listen, I know y'all like, damn, hit us bitch with another one. Now listen, Sexy and Savage will always be my first podcast, baby. Originally I started with Miss Reese and I had the Jewel Dropper, Mike Jacks, and then I moved forward and I had Miss Tiff, and then I took a hiatus, and then I started Frequency Vibe, and then I took another hiatus, and I came back with Chicago's the Culture, and then I hopped in with Late Nights, and I just been rocking with Late Nights. And so Sexy and Savage to me has always been a format for women to be able to be comfortable with themselves and for us to bring things to the forefront that most women are scared to talk about. And it always was important to me to bring that or have that arena where women can email me and feel comfortable about me bringing issues to the forefront that they're scared to talk about. So that's one of the main reasons why I brought it back. And I reached out to Sarah because we kind of have a lot of the same views. We kind of been through a lot of the same things. So definitely want to start things back going again. So we're going to hop into some hot topics.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this G Herbo and Latanya. Everyone is talking about this Tomahawk Jeep. First of all, that Jeep is fire.
I think it's dope. Like, personally, I like Jeeps. So it's like, if I was telling somebody I'm intimate with, like, man, that's like one of my cars I want, and you pop out with that, oh, you all good in my
Because it shows that she took the time, she listened to him, his needs and his wants, and she got something that he wanted.
Not what
she wanted,
like,
what
this
the
is what he
world
said, right?
To have.
I feel like, yeah, because a lot of the times, like, the world will be like, well, they said, oh, well, he deserves a Bentley or this. Ari did this.
Listen,
why? No,
you cannot compare. So I feel like Ari's gift was not. It was a nice gift, but I don't feel like it was personable.
No,
somebody
not
a gift
personable.
that they already have.
Right, because again, that just falls into the money can't buy happiness. She took the time, like, oh, okay, my man said this is something that he likes. This is one of the
rapped
many.
About that Tomahawk. Jeep sales went up. Jeep Wrangler, they got to cut him a check.
Oh yeah.
I think the color was dope. That's like his favorite color. And then the whole car situation, I think that was just all I love their relationship.
I love their relationship because it seems like it's very genuine. Mm-hmm. It's not super flashy, you know what I mean? Like, where other people in the industry kind of just make it a little too much, where it's kind of like, well, is it real? Or what y'all doing?
Well, I think when it comes to them, like, it's genuine. Their relationship was genuine from the gate. It's like not no bullshit. I think she carries herself amazingly as young as she is.
Yes,
she carries herself very well. Given the like scrutiny and shit like that when they try to compare Ari and her,
especially when they first got together, they tried to drag her, and she's got her own bag. She's been having her own bag way before meeting him, so that's a good thing. And I think she brings him like, what's the word I would say, like, kind of like,
humbles him.
yeah, like a humbleness about him. Like, he seems more genuinely happy
Yeah.
than before. It was kind of like that raunchy, like, kind of, what is, yeah, like a raunchiness to him. Like a little, you just over here staring.
Bug.
That's a fly in here, y'all. We ain't gonna have that.
Nah, but
That's gonna have nothing land on my head.
no, but I get what you're saying. Like I feel like every good guy needs a good female behind him, and I think she gives him that support that he needs. You
Sorry,
see
y'all.
it?
We all over the place today. Lord. Yes, she definitely brings a more humbleness, and I feel like his spirit is a little bit.
Yeah, like when you surround yourself around good people, it's like you can't help but to exude greatness, because
Of
some
course.
people bring you down. Like, you ever been in a situation where like where you're with a bunch of people and everyone's just a bunch of negative Nancy's, and the next thing you know, here you go hating this shit. Like, damn, that ain't even of me.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
no.
because I feel like that just falls into hurt people.
Yeah.
So when you're not complete with yourself, or you don't actually love, you have to love yourself before you can love somebody and
my
blossom
God.
that onto somebody. Because
Sprinkle that jewel one more time.
it's like, if you're humble, then you're gonna be able to release that. If you're negative, and especially like me and you, us women like us, I would say spiritual women, women that post
Yeah.
this, we could feel when an energy is off.
Yeah.
Like, I could feel when somebody's kind of like a negative Nancy. So
Yeah.
my bodies are automatically like, nope, get away,
Get away.
get away, get away,
Even
get away.
like when I mess with certain guys, I feel like I attract a certain type of male all the time for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But even them, like, it's like, like, I get it, those are your friends, you've been rocking with them, but just be easy.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like she brought him a certain type of peace. She keeps him grounded. She keeps him out of a lot of shit. I feel like
Before, it was a lot of shit that he was a lot, and I feel like, I mean, no shade to Ari. I'm just saying the type of.
but she has a strong personality too.
Yeah.
I think she is a Ari and Moneybagg Yo. I think that they are together. They are a dope couple. Like, out of the niggas that she was fucking with, I think Moneybagg can handle her aggressiveness, her big headedness, her strong mindedness. Like, it takes a certain type of man to deal with a certain person.
But you know me, I'm not, and this is good. This
Right.
is like, she likes her. I am just not.
I think she's a sweet girl.
I think right. I think that she may be sweet, but it's, again, some people can't mess with some people's energy.
You just
But
don't
the
mesh.
personality, which is okay. I think she has her good times, and then she has her
Yeah.
bad times, and sometimes that goes into, and I'm sure women and men have said this to people, where your attitude will just make you ugly. It'll make you like
is true.
ugly, where it's kind of like, ugh, I wouldn't even want to sit down with you, because I'm kind of, well, what am I going to get? I don't want to.
But I think they bring a balance to each other. Like for those two, they're good. I think there's somebody for everybody.
Yeah.
And I always say that
do you
because-
think that they'll last?
Oh,
Come on, seriously.
I don't know.
Okay.
I
You know
wish them well.
Right.
I
wish.
hope that it lasts.
Right. But do you you know how, like, in some celebrity relationships you're kind of like,
No,
I don't
I feel
know.
like they've lasted this long. They might go go a nice little way.
yeah. I mean,
Now,
but
the power couple that I was sad to see them break up was Cardi B.
and Offset. I know.
I think they used each other for a come up,
absolutely.
because Offset is
Wait, before you say that, I think there is some genuineness.
There definitely
that
genuineness.
is there.
but I feel like they used each other to get to the next level.
I would say yes and no. I would say
he
yes.
loves her. He loves her dirty draws. I can tell you that much.
Absolutely. And I know she loves him too, but I know that he helped her a lot, and she also and she helped him as well.
I think there's a respect factor, and I respect Cardi, because when the respect level is not there, you never allow someone to treat you any kind of way.
Yeah, no, sometimes enough is enough. You just can't, like, why keep putting yourself through the same situation? You've already did it once. And mind you, right? Like, a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't know they were married. They were married before we even knew that they were
Right.
married. So this is something that's been ongoing, and this is something that she's repeatedly told him, like, look, I'm tired. Like, I'm not going to do this with you. And
I feel like sometimes
what's that show? I'm not excuse me for not being educated. What is that show that he always is live when he's playing the game? I always forget the name of it.
It comes on one of those other channels.
One of those like apps.
Yeah.
And remember, that's when people were like, "Oh, he's cheating again. He was hiding the phone."
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, we have to remember this. It doesn't matter if you're a preacher, a celebrity, a regular.
Oh yeah.
You are still a man at the end of the day who has needs and wants.
You just have to learn how to fight that temptation.
Like
fight it.
And I'll say this: when you're married to somebody, no one give me backlash when I say this, but you have to break up the monotony when it comes to sex. You can only have so much sex with the same person. Like, yeah, she can twist it, she can swivel and all of that shit. He may want something different in that moment. So we don't know what their bedrooms is like, but listen, I'm going to say is look at Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. They ain't got no issues.
They don't have any issues at all. But everybody's relationship is different. It's whatever you make it to work.
I think that Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert is my favorite relationship
that's one of my favorite
thus far.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite couples.
When it comes to love, they love each other, they respect each other.
Yep.
And even when that little bitty bullshit tried to come out,
oh yeah,
she did that shit quick,
nipped in the bud,
and in a hurry.
Yeah,
you understand? Like,
I just hope that with Cardi B and Offset, they can mean well to each other.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be any bullshit. She just picked her.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, you gotta always choose you.
She did. Now it did say that she wanted full custody of Culture.
I mean,
and which is okay. That's fine.
At the end of the day, legally and by law, that's written. The children are the mother's 100% sole custody.
Yes.
Until the judge says otherwise.
Correct.
So at
unless
the end
there's
of the
something
day,
that they're not comfortable with, but I hope them well because it is one of like.
They're cute
they're
together.
So cute. Not even that. Just cute. They're sexy together.
They make money together.
They make money together. You don't see a lot of. I mean, well, T.I. and Tiny, they make money together, and they've had their relationship has been
through the roof.
Through the roof. But they're still together.
Would you want to be married?
I would say yes and no. I would want to be married with somebody who is fully understandable of my highs, my lows. Like, don't just say it for the moment. You have to be like, I'm in this, I'm ready. Sure, when you're being dramatic, I'm gonna deal with you. When you being a bitch, I'm gonna deal with you. When I want to have a threesome, I don't want it to be like I'm scared. You have to love me all three ways. You know, so it's not too many people that you can find that's open like that. Like, to be so. I'm content dating. Like, I'm content. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not looking to be married. It'll come to me.
I think
it'll come.
Would I want to be married? Of course, but I don't want to turn my marriage into a business. So if my marriage can be spiritual and will be spiritually connected, that's fine. But I never want to put a piece of paper into my union, because once you I feel like once you put certain things in your relationship, at that point it then becomes a business. And
yeah, that is true. Because there's a lot of people that are married, they love each other.
Because it looks good on paper.
It looks good on paper, but then I don't mean to cut you off, but then also that they make money together. So now at this point, yes, you love each other, but I know it's a business at this point, because I know plenty of couples that are just. They make good money. They own businesses together, but then when they go home, some of them have separate rooms.
Houses.
I don't know if it's at that point. It's a roommate. It's a roommate. You're a roommate to me. So then that falls into the pattern of, well, then now I'm gonna start sleeping with other people, and then it gets to all different types of levels. That's why I always say,
like, if we're gonna be married, let's make it a spiritual thing, like. Spiritual. I holler that all day long. Like, I want to be spiritually, because even Kimora Lee Simmons did that with her and Diamond Hansu. They're spiritually married.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They had a spiritual wedding, because she's still technically married to Russell Simmons.
That is true. That is very true.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. And
even the man she's married to now, the Wolf Lee guy.
Oh yeah.
He's a fucking millionaire.
Yeah, this is true. This is very true.
So I mean, hey.
Yeah, but she is still technically married to him.
Yeah, to each his own.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I wouldn't. It might be something. It might work that way.
Because at the end of the day, like, I get it. People say, "Oh, I'm married forever to having to hold death do us part." Now hold up a damn minute.
Hold on.
Because what I
What do you, okay, let me ask you this. What do you like about the spiritual marriage?
I just feel like it's everything except a piece of paper. So whenever I feel like this. Sometimes you may think you're in love and that works, but then let's say 15, 20 years down the line, the same things you were in love with then are not the same things that you're in love with now.
Yeah.
And if they're not willing to work on it, or let's get these affairs in order,
Yeah.
it's so hard to walk away from a marriage.
It is hard too, because I mean, some people it's easy, and I think those people that it's easy, then you were in it for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
You weren't really genuine. You weren't here to try to make it work. Oh, you started already. She's been sipping this shot for a while, and then you're gonna chase it with some more, Lord. But okay, I feel that if you want to be married, it works if you work it. But that's not just marriage, that's a relationship too, and friendships.
Anything, to me, anything that involves two people is a relationship.
Yes.
Whether it be a physical relationship, mentally relationship, emotional relationship, those are relationships.
Yeah.
Those are bonds that, to me, are not meant to be broken.
They're not, but then you have some people that are just can't grasp
Loyalty
that.
comes into play,
Yes.
honesty, things of those natures. So,
Yeah. Well, you know,
Right.
I'm a crime junkie,
Right.
and there's been many relationships that just turned bad. Like, and then you have to think about those things. Like, well, then what the fuck were you doing in this relationship with me? Was it that easy for you to fucking kill me? Like, you wanted to have kids with me, and now you're fucking killing my kids and me? What the fuck? Where the fuck did we go?
like, people are sick.
Sick. They are sick. And that's I guess maybe that's why I'm not in a rush. Like, at first I was like, oh wait, I used to have this like goal plan. Okay, I'm gonna have this business, I'm gonna have this business, and then okay, I'm 35, I need to be married. No, I am not in a rush.
After I had my daughter, like, I had so many plans for that guy.
Oh yeah.
We're really good friends now. We have our moments, but I just knew we was gonna be together forever. We was gonna do all these things, and then boom, reality hit, and that shit was not really what it was cracked up to be. And I feel like no matter whether it's we have sex today, never talk again tomorrow, I feel like those interactions, you have to learn from them.
I mean, those are lessons. Those are lessons of like what you learn in your next relationship. Because if you move on to a next relationship and you didn't learn anything, then how are you going to know what you want or what you won't allow?
That's like my favorite saying is for men, but even women nowadays is like, we don't heal, we hoe.
Yeah. Not all. Not all, but majority. Yes. Have you ever had that face?
Yeah, definitely.
I had, and
Like,
then it's like, have you ever come back and been like, fuck, what the fuck
what was
am
I
I
thinking?
doing?
A little
Loose.
Like, Lord Jesus, I have to,
I
my
have to
friend.
repent. Like, I've come home like, yo, what the fuck did I just do?
One of my guy friends, he was like, see, I gotta quarantine myself.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I remember you telling me about
I'm like,
that.
nigga, you what? He was like, yeah, I went too hard this last month. Let me give myself 14 days to rid it out my system.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, well.
You know, but you know how like sometimes it's good when you're by yourself because that's when you learn yourself.
It is
And
a scary thing.
It's scary.
when you're by yourself.
At first I was like scared. At first I was like, man, like, am I gonna be okay? And then I love me some me time. I mean, like, I ain't gotta worry about nobody nagging me. I ain't gotta worry about making extra food for you. I ain't gotta worry about none, like all those little things. I'm content in the house. I've never gone, like, you know how some people that like take themselves to the movies.
I do that all the time.
I've never taken myself. I have never taken myself.
You should try it.
I'm
Date
scared.
yourself. Listen.
Okay, so next week, do we have, are the movies open yet, y'all? Are the movies? If the movies are open, I will take myself out on a date, and I will update y'all next
I'll
week.
tell you this. Like, I knew that I had so much love for myself, and I didn't need anyone else. For my 34th birthday, I took myself to dinner.
Did you really?
Yes, I was by myself.
By yourself?
By myself, and I went to Gibson's.
Oh, that's one of my favorite places.
It was okay. I cooked better than there, but shameless plug. But I took myself to dinner, and it was At first, I was so awkward. Like, do I want to do this?
Like before you got there, were you like trying to psych
before I
yourself
got there,
out?
I was just like, bitch, this is lonely as fuck. You don't have no nigga. You going to this nice restaurant? I'm sure it's
You got no friends. Like, damn, I ain't got no other family.
Right.
Fuck
So, but then by the time I pulled up, it was
this.
like
It's a little hot. Hold on. A little hot. Edges is sweating out.
you can't feel that fanny.
Nah, you can't. Whatever you do, whatever
Okay.
little movement.
So-
it was coming this way.
So, but as I was driving, like, I feel like the spirit told me, like, you need this. Like, it's only you at the end of the day. Like, and I told myself I'm always going to bet on myself. It's me at the end of the day.
Right.
Anybody that the universe brings to my life or I come into their life, I'm an asset. I bring my table and then some. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
And then I got to the restaurant. The damn fucking hostess, she was like, "Oh my God, it's your birthday. Where's I'm like, I'm here by
Please, you don't have to do
myself.
that.
Like, she made it like such a big deal that I was by myself, and I was like, oh my God, just sit me the fuck down. So she
I was
sat
like,
me.
please don't.
She sat me in his booth, and I was like, it was a couple in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
They're celebrating their anniversary, and then it was like a fucking double date.
I was gonna say, were you in the middle? Because you know how
Yes.
like kids in. Oh.
I wasn't in the middle. I was in a booth, and then in the middle there was like
Okay.
a group of couple. They were like on a fucking double date, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" So I'm ordering my food and stuff, and the lady sitting across from me, she just kept staring at me, and then she had got up, and her husband turned around, and he's like, "Oh, did your date stand you up?" And I was like, "No,
I'm taking myself out.
I'm
Thank
taking
you.
myself out." I'm like, "No, it's my birthday, and I just wanted to, do something nice for myself." He was like, "Oh, that's terrible." I'm like, "It's not terrible. Sometimes, okay, sit on down."
Yep. This I didn't know it was that strong.
It's
I did
very
not
strong.
That one was that's stronger than my Remy. Like
The Rock is strong.
this is strong.
Yeah.
Y'all, I have never had the dark Ciroc. I'm gonna leave and be like, okay, next stop.
So yeah, but they ended up they end up paying for my dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, very nice. And then the lady
They
said,
paid for it?
Yes, they paid for my
Wow.
whole meal.
I would have been like, don't pity me. Don't pity me.
Yeah, they paid for my meal, and then the wife sent me a drink, and she was just like, "It takes a lot of balls for you to take yourself
It
out to dinner."
does.
And I said, "You know what? I just love me.
Mhm.
Like, if
Yeah.
I'm not gonna worry about somebody doing something nice for me. I'm gonna do it for myself."
Right. Yeah.
And then in that moment, you realize that, you know what? I go above and beyond for everybody else's birthday, and then on my day, it's just like,
it's gonna
fuck
be about
you.
me.
Like,
No,
nah.
I did say I wanted. I thought about it. Like, I wonder. You know how you hear some people that are like, "Hey, I went on vacation and I went by myself." I want to do it, but it's like the world is crazy.
I
and
go
then
by
again,
myself everywhere.
You know, again with my crime, I watch too much.
Yeah, I go to the bars by myself.
I would love to do it, but it's like, sorry, y'all. Oh my Lord. I would love to I'm gonna do it. It takes a little. I've taken myself out to lunch, like, but that's probably different.
Yeah, lunch is like that in between.
It's like quick.
When you take yourself to dinner, you have arrived to self love.
I think
It takes a
I'm
lot of
halfway.
guts.
I'm halfway there, so that is on my
Only
to-do
because
list.
a lot of people look at you, they be like, "Damn, is she by herself? Damn, the motherfucker's jam.
What's
He
wrong
stood
with
her
her?
up. What's wrong with Shorty?" You're like, "No, I'm just here by myself."
I have my own money. You want a drink? I got you. See, that's probably what's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna be like, Tina, I'm out on my date. Woo, girl, myself. Girl, I just bought somebody a drink.
Now we're friends for life.
They just asked me about my whole life.
I just spilled it out to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that should be fun though. Like, because you give yourself that moment to you're vulnerable, and I think that's the scary part.
So I guess the first step would be the movies.
Yeah,
The first step.
because who the fuck is gonna talk to you while you're watching the movie?
Yeah, I guess it couldn't be no different from being in the house watching a movie by myself.
No, I'm not a movie fan. I don't like the movie theaters. I don't take my kids there. But I go to the bar. When I was pregnant, when I was pregnant with my son, I used to take myself out to eat all the time.
Really?
Yeah, because my
Your
whatever.
situation.
He was just didn't like doing all that shit. I'm like, I want to go out to eat now.
Right, when you're pregnant, you're like, I want to go now.
Yeah.
I want this to happen.
So I was been taking myself
That's
out
on
for
my
a long
okay.
time.
So by next week, I'm gonna try to.
You should be able to do
I
this.
should be.
now.
I don't think it's. I think they. Well, maybe you gotta take some reservations. This quarantine and all this stuff is getting.
Yeah, I mean, quarantine. I'll be glad when
Yeah.
all this shit is over with.
I will be glad when it's safe. Like, when it's actually safe.
How do we know it's even really fucking safe? Like,
I guess it's
do
no
we know
different.
that this is even real?
I mean, I guess it is real. I will say that. I have family members. I don't know what audience, who's watching, but in Illinois, I don't know. Well, no, this is a corporate, AbbVie and Abbott. Mm-hmm. So I have family members that work there, and they are hand in hand with the CDC, and this is real.
COVID is real, just like the flu is real.
Right, of course.
Like, I just feel like they instilled fear. I don't like the fear that they instilled.
I think that we
people.
get the fear because this goes into how our human body mind works, where the unknown, when you don't know something, you're automatically kind of like, whoa, what's going on? What do we do?
When you create mass hysteria, that's the part that I don't like. Like, more people have died from the flu, from heart disease, from diabetes, all these other issues. Yeah. And they've never ever did no shit like this. Like, when the media and the government creates mass hysteria, that's where my problem comes in at.
Yeah,
like,
it is a problem. And
if it was so bad, shut this bitch down like China and everybody else did for them 90 days. Yeah. They back moving and grooving like shit never happened.
This is true. But how long was it? I have to think about it. How long was it that we were, remember, because at first it was like, hey, this is what's going on.
We never 100% shut down.
But that's why, like, as of right now, too, why the percentage is spiking up again.
Like, it was never like no movement. Like, oh, you can still go to the grocery store. Oh, you can still
the grocery store was still open.
Oh, you could still order out. The DoorDash can deliver your food. Like, come the fuck on.
They made more money during this time than they ever have.
They did. Just
and
like
that's kind of
drivers.
When I think about it, it's a little scary. It's like, wait,
and the
this person that
people,
the people that like were delivering it, I never ordered during this time. I never did. I always did like on to go, like go pick it up myself. But even that, it's a little scary. Like, wait a minute. Has that person been tested? They're handling my food. They're coming to my house.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, wait. I don't know if I trust this shit.
Yeah, so I just always felt like this. I did have that shit like October, November, sick as fuck.
Last year.
And I got over it. They sent me home with some fucking Tylenol and said, figure it out.
Yep. You had that time when you talked about when it was upper. Yep. Because around this time, this is October. Wait, what month are we?
Yeah, October.
No, October. I want to see, October towards the end, almost like a week before
November.
like a week before November, I got really sick. And then at first I was like, oh, maybe it's because I'm older, like I'm about to be 30. Because you know how, like, when you get older, our family members that are elders, when they're sick, they get sick. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's because I'm getting old. No, I was like, I was fucked up. Like, my chest, my head, and I was like, fuck, this is not... I'm like, do I have a flu? Do I have a stomach virus? And I have like the whole motions. And they were like, you just have an upper respiratory. Make sure you monitor it because it doesn't turn into pneumonia. Okay.
Yeah, like
and it lasted like 3 weeks.
Yes, and that's exactly what it is. And then, like, when you create hysteria, people just worldwide. There wasn't no fucking tissue. Wasn't none of that.
No,
like, come on.
That was, and you know what? Like, I will admit, I was one of those people. I went to Walmart and to one of the super ones. And they were like, you know how the super ones are always restocking at a certain time? So I went in, and they had the boxes in the middle, like, you know how they take their stuff in. I took like 6, and I didn't give a fuck because it technically was not on the shelf, so it didn't have the sign on it. You know how that says like 2 per family? No, I took 6 Lysols.
Guys, you get 2.
I get sick. I get sick.
No, I just feel like moving forward, like, always natural, holistic, whatever you put into your body is what your body will give back to you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put the bullshit, all that kind of stuff. You will be okay.
Right. Well, I know that as well as being an esthetician.
People are not dying from COVID. They're dying from their underlying issues.
You have heart disease. Have you ever thought, like, this is a thing that you could be around somebody who has the flu, and depending how good you take care of your body and how your immune system is, you could bypass that, because the moment those little germs try to get to you, your body is already fighting it. Like, nope, not gonna happen, not gonna happen.
Turmeric, ginger, your best friend.
Oh yeah, those are really good. And
Elderberry.
Grapefruits are good. Any citrus fruit are good for you, especially for your skin, ladies. Those are good. Those are acidic acids are really, really good for your skin, especially for like brightening and keeping it nice and strong. Don't want no droopiness.
Drink water.
Yes, always drinking water, because people be like, oh, I drink enough water. When somebody comes to sit to, like, when I actually do the exfoliating and looking at somebody under the mag lab, people are like, I drink water all the time, and all I see is dehydration. It's like, well, you're not drinking enough. You're technically supposed to drink half your body weight.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, I drink 8 glasses. That's not doing enough. You need to drink like a half a gallon. That's what will work. So
drink half your body weight. Put good things, earthy
in your body.
greens.
What you come out with. Well, I don't think that I've ever. I think that I've never gotten sick by somebody because of like what I eat. Like, I think I eat horrible sometimes, but vitamins, water, being sanitary,
cleanliness.
This I will say the biggest joke out of this whole COVID
was washing your fucking hands.
This is the funniest shit. I need some hand sanitizer. Oh, I gotta wash my hands.
And FYI, people,
you should have been doing that before.
You can only use hand sanitizer 2 times in a row for it to work. After 3rd time, it is no longer effective on your skin.
It is not.
And then, even when you use the wipes, it takes 4 hours for that shit to even kick into work.
This is very true. This is true.
Lifestyle.
Technically, what you should be doing is just wash your fucking hands and then use some hand sanitizer.
Like, come on, people.
When you go to the gas, I've always been like a stickler when it comes to that. Like, especially during this time, like hoodie season, you'll see. I don't give a fuck about my hoodie. I'll take my hoodie and open the door. I do not want my hand touching.
Yeah, no.
I'll bump it with my arm. Try to get it open. But let's get
so
it.
Has COVID has COVID scared you from like having, those sneaky link ups?
Okay, so I will say this. I met somebody online. This was my cousins and my family were like, hey, you should just try it. I'm married. I met him. I'm like, that's great. I'm not trying to get married though. So, and it was during COVID, and I was like, do we meet up with like our masks on? When do we take it off? This is me. We didn't meet with a mask. This person works actually at Abbott, so I was like, okay, they're safe. I was okay. I was just a little nervous. Like, before they told me where they work, I was nervous. I was like, maybe we could just FaceTime. Maybe that'll be okay. I was okay. I'm not so nervous. I think it's more nerve-wracking when you don't, like, like if we all go out somewhere and then you're meeting other. I'm more nervous with that because I don't know you. I don't know where you've been. I'm nervous with that. I am.
I sneaky links. I just had one person I was sneaky link with. Mm-hmm. That was it. And I knew him because before COVID we was already like doing our shit. So like I would like.
You kind of like know.
Like, I kind of already knew what I was dealing with, so it was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, we can hang, and nobody was coming to my house, though.
Yeah, nobody in my house, absolutely not
but I felt bad, like, they'd be like, I'm like, oh, no, you can't come here. Do you live by yourself? I'll come to you.
Yeah. Like,
You got roommates? I'm not coming.
I had my sisters.
Yeah,
I had like my sisters.
I'll go to my sister's house I was
going to my sisters, but then at one point I'm like, no offense to you, I had to leave because too much traffic.
No, my sisters
and I had to go back to mine, and I was like, if you want to see me, I'm here. I was
going to my sister's house every weekend. It was family game night. I'm a goddamn Uno Flip Pro.
You are a game head.
I love gaming. Like card games, spades, all that. Like, I'm a pro at those. Quarantine helped me do that.
I think we need to do a game night.
We definitely
do. We actually kick it off here. Duh. We don't just meet up for this.
And I could drink. I could drink anybody on the table.
No, that's a lie. That is a lie.
I can.
This is anyways. So
but those sneaky links was cool.
I would think I did have this conversation with one of my bosses at work. Like, he met his wife online on a dating app. And they have a little girl now. She's so cute. She's like the cute. She's half American, half Asian. And he was telling me how they met, and like he was like, I wonder how it would be for somebody like to meet online. Like I said, like, do you meet with your mask? Do you do like total social distance, like where you're like you stay over there? Like how does it work? And what he said, like we did like a lookup, and most people, this is what we found out, people are like going outside.
Yeah.
So, which when I met the person I had met, we were outside. We went to Topgolf. It was like so dope.
I love Topgolf.
It was so. That was my first time, so it was a dope date. It was a dope.
So, excuse me. How do you feel about sleeping with multiple men and being open and honest? Did I word that question right?
I think you.
I know it was one of. It was.
It was one of our. Yeah. So what in our on our hot topics?
No, it's right here.
This one you're talking. Yeah, one of our.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, you did. You kind of said it. You kind of said it the same way.
Are you ashamed of that?
I'm not, because again, like I will say this. So before I turned 30, like all my sisters were like the ones that are grown, or like wait till you hit 30. Like it's like I already have a don't give a fuck attitude, but I'm nice and genuine. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, that nice and genuine shit, you'll still be it, but you're just gonna care less about like a lot of shit. You're grown. You work, you blah, blah, blah. She was like, it's just, you're going to see it. So when I turned 30, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I'm single, I don't care. I don't care. I don't have any shame in what I do. If I'm dating you and we decide to have sex, then that's what we're doing.
That's how
if it is strictly just sex, then,
say that shit.
Then if that's all we're doing. And then, this is my thing. I'm not men are like, oh, she's a hoe. Why do I have to be a hoe if I'm doing exactly what you're doing? You got maybe 1 or 2, 3 bitches that you're fucking, but you're not. Oh, but you're a wholesome young man. Get the fuck out of here.
What I'll say is this, right?
No, we're not doing this. We always talk about this, though. We always talk about this.
Dig deep into this because see. Women, we're delicate. We're flowers. We're supposed to be upheld to a higher standard. And I'll say this. Listen, whatever the fuck I choose to do is my goddamn business. It's my body. And however, as long as I'm carrying myself as a woman, here's the thing. When you fucking multiple people, hey, that's on you. That's your thing. And I don't judge you for that.
Just be safe. Just be safe. Be safe.
Most importantly, be safe. Condoms are your best friends.
Always.
And at the end of the day, carry yourself like you that bitch.
Yeah.
You cannot be out here fucking multiple people and having feelings and want to act the motherfucking donkey. And you just got through sucking another nigga dick this morning.
Yeah, we can't do that. We can't do that. If you want to have multiple sex partners, you can. That's okay. That's your business. But one, like you said, be safe. Number 2, deal with if you want to steer away from the drama, then you got to attract people that are like, hey, like I remember I dated somebody who like swinger party. That's not my thing. I'm never gonna go get fucked in one of those because I just don't feel safe to do that. I'll be comfortable in front of somebody else, but like I don't know y'all. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't know where you've been. So that's not my cup of tea. I'll watch. I'll come with you. You can fuck the bitch in front of me. I don't care. But again, there's not women like yourself and I that don't care about those things.
I feel like a lot of women
not saying I don't care. I
don't
can't
know
say that.
How to.
It's not bothersome. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it's not bothersome.
It doesn't bother me either.
I
feel like you have to be able to please you first. Ultimately, it's this here first.
Oh, yeah.
Please you. And once you know how to please yourself, you'll be able to elevate yourself sexually on a whole nother level where you don't give a fuck about what the next person thinks.
Like, that comes with the, like, when you literally can, like, actually mean what you say. Like, when I say, I don't need you to fuck me. I fuck myself very
amazingly, by the way.
Very well. And that's not on some, oh, she's an old bitter bitch. No. I know how to touch my levels without, like, woo.
Doesn't take me long at all.
Doesn't take me long at all. I don't got to be like, do it like this, do it like that. I know exactly what to do, where to do it at.
I've done some foul ass shit during sex. Like, I was dating this guy. He's a selfish lover, and we all know how I hate those.
Well, I don't like him.
It was just like, he would just, it would be feeling so good, and then boom, he come, and then he just be like,
he's
that's
done.
It. And then he want to come back, and then boom, he come again, and that's done. So
it's like, what about me? Hello?
I went up that nigga. Aha. So
gotta flip the game around a little bit.
I have a habit of, if you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna please myself. So I get in the motions that I'm doing, and then he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" So he gets back to where he needs to be. As soon as we start doing it, I just was like, in my mind, it was like, "Bitch, one up this nigga and then leave."
You just left.
Like I just fucked.
You
his
just got sometimes
whole,
you
I
got
fucked
to.
his whole bed up. And I removed myself. He was so fucking mad. He was like, "Where are you going, man? Fuck you. This how I feel."
But he was mad, right?
So fucking mad.
So this goes into this kind of with like what we were saying, like with. So do you feel that men should have a say so when we do exactly what they do?
No.
Like, do you feel like they're how do I say this? That their opinion counts at that point. Like, whatever look, if I'm dating you and you're talking to multiple people and we've established like, hey, well, you're not trying to have a relationship and you call me when you want to call me, well, then I'm going to call you and answer when I want to.
Ultimately, we have to remember this. Men do not like when you pull a them on them.
Because, but why? But then again, this goes into why?
Because men are more emotional than women, and they do not know how to tap into their motherfucking feelings and be honest with each other.
They don't.
Like, at the end of the day, like, if I was dealing with a guy, and in the beginning, his intention, he came into it, he didn't want a relationship. I told him I wanted a relationship. In a gate, I said that. So, we have sex. Couple months down the line, then he hits me with I really don't want a relationship. So I pull all the way back. And now it's just when we fuck, whatever. Right. And then he's like, "Man, you switched up on me." No. You switched up on you. Because I told you what I wanted to do.
And you were open. And you were open
to that. You never stopped me. But now we're doing all these things. And then I'm starting to catch little feelings. But then you hit me with I don't want a relationship. So I scale everything. I went from, "Oh, good morning. Have a great day." To nothing. "What's up? What's good? You want to fuck? Cool."
Right.
I leave. That's it.
I've had that.
And then it's like, "Man, you switched up. I don't like that, nigga. I gave you what you asked for."
Exactly. So how can you? I think that's what you said. They're more emotional.
They're more emotional than they really.
And
think.
You and I both have sons, and I will say, as sweet as my son is being loving and caring to me, he is an emotional creature. He is very. My
son is a Cancer. Very emotional.
My son is a Scorpio, very emotional, and they love to hide their emotions.
Yeah,
and Cancers do too. They're very moody, and Scorpios are very moody as well. And having a young man,
I think it's important, and I say this to any man: tell me how you feel. If you're upset,
it's important.
If you're mad, if you don't want to talk to me, write it out. Text me. If you're falling in love with me, say that shit, because at the end of the day, I do not want to damage.
No, let's not do the guessing game.
I don't want to damage your ego, and I don't want to fucking guess on this shit.
No. I feel like that's like that's the whole thing with a relationship. Any relationship, my aunt and uncle have been married since they were 17. And my aunt and uncle both said, like, the key to their marriage is communicating. My uncle, anybody will tell you, go around him, you would think that he's mad. He's just not a talkative person.
Right.
He's military for 23 years. He'll look mad when you come in the room and it's a holiday. Like, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" And then he'll be like, "Hey, wait a minute, wasn't you just mad?" He's not mad. That's just him. And to my aunt, she's a chatty Cathy. She's a loving person. She'll hug a stray cat. She is a lovely, like, she's one of the, like, she's like an angel on earth. I promise you. She'll do anything for anybody. She loves you no matter what. And she's a no judgment, which they're two different personalities.
Right.
Two different. My aunt, like, used to be like, "Oh my God, he's not talking to me." But she had to learn, like, okay, how does this work? You have to talk to me. We have to figure it out. She used to write him.
Yeah.
What's going on? And she'll leave a note for him. And she'll come back, and my uncle will have some flowers in the car for her. She's like, oh!
Because you have to learn a person's love language. Like, I told you I was talking to a guy, and anyone who knows me, I'm like that. "Good morning. Have a great day. Is everything going okay? You good? You safe? Did you make it home?" And he's not used to that.
Somebody that's not used to something, the uncomfortableness is, but I learned when I started my, like, venture with trying to go to school to be an esthetician, like, and branding yourself, and you know about this too, to do something that's like, you have to do something that's uncomfortable, because that's how you learn, that's how you grasp something.
Yeah, like he was like, I can't talk to you, like you're just doing weird shit. And I was like, what?
How? I'm being nice.
And I'm genuine. Like, what did I do? And I was questioning myself, like, what the fuck did I do differently? But then after we've had conversations and conversations, it came out that he's never had anyone just do those kinds of things to him, or check on him, or just have that genuine. And I'm like, nigga, not everybody is out to get you.
People's home train, like, have you ever looked at this as, like, you could definitely tell if a man and woman are really loved, like, by their family or their home training. Like,
I think
you can tell. You can tell. I'm sorry. I've been around plenty of people where I'll be like, it must be fucked up for that person.
You know what? That is so true. Like, it's almost scary that you say that, because now when you think back on things, you be like, well, why did he never tell me he loved me? And then you think about their relationship, and it'd be like, did your mom ever tell you love you? That's why I always think it's important. I even say this to my guy friends, like, man, that bitch crazy. Like, no. Look at the relationship she has with her mother. Yeah. Look at how her mother treats her. Look at the relationship a man has with his mother. Yeah. Because if his mom was on some fuck shit, he doesn't necessarily respect women.
Her. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was dating this guy, and his mom, she was a cutthroat ass bitch. Cold as fuck, but that bitch was cutthroat than a motherfucker. Yeah. He did not respect women. He was constantly on edge. He used to think, like, you're going to cheat on me. Why the fuck would I trust you? My mama wasn't shit. Like, damn.
You know, again, here I go with the crime. There's this this serial killer, Ed Kemper, and he literally, his main victims, of course, were women. And his mom literally would belittle him. Like, I'm not sure, I have to go back in my little archives, but she belittled him, like, you know how some women are be like, oh, you remind me of your daddy. So, and he just was a hotcake, like, already. She just felt it as a mom, like, something's off with you. And you don't have to do that to your son if you feel like what a nurturing mom should do. Like, let me help my son so he doesn't turn. She just downed him. Downed him. Even at one point said, you might hurt your sister. Like, saying that he was going to, like, rape her or something. She kept him downstairs in the basement and just belittled him. And even as an adult, she belittled him. And his IQ, check this out.
Probably smart as hell.
180. That's, like, above genius. Yeah. This man his mom worked on the campus at a college, and he was going up there, and he would kick it with the cops and was preparing stuff, and he started killing women. And he killed his mom. And killed his mama's friend, and cut their necks off, and fucked their necks. And he put his mom's, I forgot the medical, what is the esophagus? Not the esophagus, the vocal cords. Okay. And he put it inside the garbage disposal and was like, she can't say shit to me now.
Oh my God.
Like, he killed, and he's, I mean, of course, I don't even know if he's still alive.
That's why I think it's important.
But you have, like, you get what I'm saying. Why I'm saying that, Okay, sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Even like when I whip my kids or whatever, I always big them up afterwards. Like, I know it sounds crazy. Like, I just finished whipping your ass, but guess what? You're you're a king.
I know.
You're going to be great.
I always do that.
But I think that's important, because as quick as you tear somebody down, you build them up. That's why
I know I always tell Tony, I'm like, I love you. I love you. Or I'll be like, I'm sorry I did this. But I think that with any relationship,
and I think that's what women have to do for each other, for themselves. It doesn't matter. You can be a whore. You can sleep with 10 guys in one night.
And that's okay.
And that's okay, because guess what? That's your business.
I will say this. Make sure you getting paid, bitch.
Because ain't nothing.
Make sure you getting paid. Listen, not money-wise.
What's
like, paid mentally.
To a dry purse. Listen, every male that you come encounter with sexually should teach you something. He should leave something with you that you learn from and you grow from. It could be an earning experience, or it could be a learning experience.
That doesn't, right, but in that definition of, ladies, like, when you fucking around, that doesn't mean you need actual money. Like, you know, I still have an ex like you that we are still great friends. He like I said, he will be at my wedding. I will be at his wedding. If he called me today and said he wanted to fuck, I would fuck. I would be like, okay, cool. We could go out of town. We don't have to fuck. We don't have to touch each other. I have learned what from a man to not do. He's been giving me so much game. But if I didn't know what I knew from him, I probably. And then another thing is, I will never fuck with another nigga that's. You gotta be above his status. You have to be above his status for me to be.
But
you know what I'm talking about, yeah.
Because even like when people I'm gonna circle back to the hot topic, Ari. People were mad at her for she's had 3 public relationships.
Well,
G Herbo, the boxer dude,
Giovanni.
Who's that?
That's the boxer.
Oh yeah. Devontae Davis.
Oh, I said Giovanni.
Yeah,
I said Giovanni.
Devontae Davis
yeah.
and now Moneybagg. And I feel like she did what every woman is supposed to do. She dated up.
You dated up.
You're
and that's
supposed
okay.
to date up. Never date down.
No.
Like,
you're not
G Herbo
supposed
was
to.
cool. Devontae was okay
He
on
was
another
okay.
platform. And then Moneybagg, just took it to the top.
I will say this. You should have stuck with Devontae. You should have. If you were smart. I'm just saying. It's a lot more money over there. I'm just saying. And it's a lot more avenues. I would say a lot more money, a lot more avenues.
I wouldn't say more money because Moneybagg is a whole street nigga. And he's had money for a long time. Like, if you don't know Moneybagg, his paper been long before he was even a rapper.
Shout out to Young Dolph. You know him too. That's my. You know how I feel about that. This is my husband.
But I appreciate you joining me on this.
Yeah.
This little journey here.
I know.
It's been fun.
It has been fun. I think we have like great
juju.
Yes, we do.
Good vibes only.
Yeah, because a lot of people can't be real. They can't talk about it.
Yeah, that's terrible. So how can people find you?
They can follow me on Facebook, Sarah Marie Thomas, or on what is my Instagram? I'm barely on Instagram, so it's just Sarah Marie, and that it's Oso Marie. Yeah, it's Oso Marie, so that's OSOMARIE.
And then you can find me on. I can't add any more friends on Facebook, so we're nixed that.
Yeah, I have 2.
I
think I have 2. Sorry to cut. I think I have 2. I have 2 of them. Sarah Marie Rodriguez. Yeah, I know it's a lot going on over there.
Now I am maxed out on friends on Facebook, but you can follow me on there at Phyllis Miss Tina House. Follow me on Instagram at Miss Chic, and then the podcast page is at Sexy and Savage, and then the media group is what? NMG.
Yes.
And then on that note,
they got that.
Oh, they do. They have it all there.
That logo.
Oh, you guys already have this stuff.
Well, that logo.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
cool.
But then you can check me out every Sunday with Late Night Podcast with Gas Station P. Sarah might make a couple of drop of curiosities every now and then. But on that note, peace out.
Bye, guys.
Phantom.